Take a slow, deep breath. Let the air of the modern world leave your lungs, and as you exhale, feel yourself being transported through the corridors of time. You are now standing in Babylon, the golden city, the jewel of the Euphrates. But you are not in the crowded markets or the loud chariot paths. You are in the sanctuary of a man who has learned that the greatest battles are won in silence. You are Daniel. Look around your room. This is your world. Notice the way the light of a single beeswax candle dances against the rough-hewn stone walls. The flame flickers, not because of a draft, but as if it were breathing with you. See the stacks of parchment on your desk, scrolls that contain the history of your people, the prophecies of Jeremiah, and the records of an exile that has lasted a lifetime. Touch the surface of the wood. It is dark, heavy cedar, worn smooth by decades of your hands resting upon it in thought. The sun is beginning its slow descent. Through the arched window, the sky is a canvas of deep indigo and burning saffron. This is the hour of prayer. But today, the air feels different. It is heavy, charged with a tension you can almost taste on your tongue. It's the metallic tang of a trap being set. You know that just outside these walls, in the shadows of the palace pillars, men are watching. They are the satraps, the princes of the empire, men whose hearts are as cold as the bronze armor they wear. They have spent months trying to find a flaw in your character, a single grain of corruption in your ledgers, but they found nothing. You were too honest for their world. So, they decided to turn your greatest strength, your devotion, into your death warrant. Think about the document that now sits on King Darius's table, sealed with the royal signet. A decree that makes your very breath illegal. For 30 days, the king is the only God. To speak to the Almighty is to sign your own execution. The penalty is not a quick sword, it is the pit. The lions. As you stand there, feel the weight of the silence. You have a choice that would break most men. You look at the heavy wooden shutters of your window. Your hand moves toward them. It would be so simple to pull them shut. To latch the bolt. To pray in the darkness where no one can see. You could tell yourself it's for the sake of the ministry, that God wouldn't want you to throw your life away. You could justify the cowardice as wisdom. But then, you remember who you are. You remember the boys you were in the courts of Nebuchadnezzar. You remember the fire that couldn't burn your friends. You realize that if you close this window, you aren't just saving your life, you are closing the door on the light of the world. Instead of pulling the shutters closed, you push them wide. The hinges groan softly, a sound that echoes in the quiet street below. You are exposed. You are vulnerable. And you have never been more powerful. You kneel. Feel the cold, hard stone against your knees. This is not a posture of defeat, it is a posture of rebellion against a false god. You begin to speak. Your voice is a whisper, yet it feels like it shakes the very foundations of the ziggurats. Baruch atah Adonai. Blessed are you, Lord. You thank him for the exile. You thank him for the king. You thank him for the very men who are at this moment running to report your crime. In this moment, the room disappears. The threat of the lions fades into a distant, insignificant hum. You are in the presence of the one who holds the breath of kings in his hand. This is the sacred chill, the realization that when you are where you are supposed to be, Doing what you are supposed to do, fear becomes an alien concept. Stay here in this prayer. Listen to the music of the spheres. The conspirators are shouting, the king is weeping, but you are at rest. This is the first miracle, the peace that surpasses understanding, standing tall in a room lit by a single candle, while the world prepares its teeth to tear you apart. Now, let the world above disappear completely. Feel the heavy, muffled thud of the stone slab as it is rolled over the mouth of the den. The light of the Babylonian stars is extinguished in an instant. You are no longer in a room of cedar and parchment, you are in the belly of the earth. The air here is different. It is thick, stagnant, and carries the heavy, primal musk of creatures that have never known a cage. It is a darkness you can almost feel against your skin, like a shroud of damp velvet. In these first few moments of absolute blackness, the silence is not empty. It is a vibrating, living thing. Listen. Beyond the sound of your own heartbeat, which echoes like a slow drum against the stone walls, you hear the language of predators. The soft, rhythmic shhh of massive lungs. The occasional scrape of a claw against the sandy floor, a sound like dry bone on flint. You are standing in the center of a hunger that has been cultivated for days. The lions are there, unseen, their golden eyes adjusting to a darkness that blinds you, but reveals everything to them. But as you stand there, Daniel, you realize something profound. In this pit, the laws of nature are suspended by the laws of grace. You feel a sudden, cool breeze, a scent of mountain air and ozone that shouldn't exist in this hole. And then, the light begins to manifest. It doesn't come from the opening above, where the king's seal sits cold and immovable. It emanates from a presence beside you. A figure of light, whose very existence turns this execution chamber into a cathedral. The messenger is here. And as the light of the angel touches the mane of the nearest lion, the miracle unfolds not in a roar, but in a sigh. See it in your mind's eye, the great king of the beasts, a creature of pure muscle and instinct, approaches the light. His mouth is open, his teeth like ivory daggers. But as he breathes in the atmosphere of heaven, his eyes lose their predatory glint. They become soft, reflective, and calm. He doesn't pounce. He bows. He lies down at your feet, his massive body radiating a warmth that defies the chill of the cavern. Think about the irony of this moment. While King Darius is pacing his silk-lined chambers, tormented by guilt and unable to find a moment of rest, you are here, in the most dangerous place on earth, experiencing the most perfect peace in the universe. You are leaning your back against the cold stone, and perhaps, you feel the soft fur of a lion against your hand. This is the sacred chill, the realization that the things meant to consume you can be commanded to comfort you. Every hour that passes in this dark sanctuary is a lesson in trust. You aren't counting the minutes until the morning, you are savoring the presence of the unseen. You realize that your life has always been this way, surrounded by lions of jealousy, lions of politics, lions of exile, and yet, you have always been safe. The den is just the physical manifestation of the world you've lived in for 80 years. And the angel is the manifestation of the God who has never left your side. In the silence, you begin to pray again, but your prayer has changed. It is no longer a petition, it is a symphony of gratitude. You pray for the lions, whose nature has been tamed by a whisper of their creator. You pray for Darius, whose crown feels like a leaden weight tonight. You even pray for the men who threw you here, for they are the ones truly in the dark, while you sit in the center of a light they cannot perceive. Feel the stillness of this night. It is a thick, restorative peace. The world thinks you are being devoured, but in reality, you are being refined. You are resting in a place where fear is an alien language. You are the sacred witness, and your testimony is being written in the dust of this pit, witnessed only by the eyes of beasts and the presence of the holy. The night is long, but it is not lonely. It is the most beautiful night of your life, for you have discovered that even in the deepest pit, the ceiling is still heaven. The cycle of the night is finally drawing to a close. Above the heavy stone seal, the Babylonian sky is beginning to shift from the deep, bruising purple of midnight to a pale, translucent gray. The first birds of the Euphrates are starting to wake, their songs thin and distant, echoing far above the world where you sit. But inside the pit, time has felt like a river of gold, slow, warm, and eternal. As the first sliver of dawn light begins to find its way through the microscopic cracks around the edges of the great stone, notice the lions. They don't stir with the frantic energy of hunger. They move with a majestic, heavy grace. The great male, whose flank has been your pillow for the last few hours, stands up and stretches, his claws clicking softly on the sand. He looks at you, not as a meal, but as a companion of the night. The angel, the radiant messenger who stood watch, begins to fade into the light of the morning, his task complete, leaving behind an atmosphere of holiness that the dust of the earth cannot extinguish. Suddenly, the silence of the morning is shattered. You hear the rhythmic, heavy chanting of many men. The sound of strained muscles and the grinding of massive stones. The royal seal is being broken. The clay is being shattered. Above you, the heavy slab begins to move, centimeter by centimeter, and a shaft of real, dusty, golden sunlight pierces the darkness like a spear. It hits the floor of the den, revealing the bones of old kills and the golden fur of the lions who now sit like statues of amber. And then, you hear it. A voice that carries the weight of 1,000 sleepless hours. King Darius is standing at the edge, his shadow falling into the pit. His voice cracks. It is the voice of a man who expects to be answered only by the wind. Daniel, servant of the living God, has your God, whom you serve so faithfully, been able to rescue you? Wait for a moment. Let the king feel the silence. Let the world hold its breath. Then, you stand. You brush the sand from your linen robes. Your voice rises from the depths, not with a tremble of trauma, but with the resonance of a king's decree. O king, live forever. My God sent his angel, and he shut the lions' mouths. As you are pulled up, hand over hand, out of the darkness and into the blinding brightness of the Babylonian morning, the world changes. The guards fall back in awe. The king embraces you, his tears wetting your shoulder. You are not just a survivor, you are a living bridge between the visible and the invisible. Not a single scratch is found upon you. Not a single wound. Because when you were in the mouth of the beast, you were in the hand of the Creator. Take a moment now, as you listen to the sound of this music, to look at your own life. You may not be in a physical pit in ancient Babylon, but perhaps you feel the walls closing in. Perhaps you feel the breath of the lions of this modern age, the anxiety that stalks you at night, the whispers of those who wish for your failure, the weight of laws and systems that feel designed to crush your spirit. Remember the sacred witness. Remember that the same stillness Daniel found in the dark is available to you right now, in your car, in your office, or in your bedroom. The miracle isn't just that the lions didn't eat him, it's that Daniel wasn't afraid. He had already won the battle when he opened his window to pray. As we close this archive today, carry this sacred chill with you. The lions in your life have a creator, too. And that creator has sent an angel to stand beside you. You are watched over. You are protected by a peace that the world didn't give you and the world cannot take away. The stone has been rolled back. The light has returned. And you are the witness of a miracle that is still unfolding. Breathe in the morning air of your own life. The archive of Daniel is a promise. No matter how deep the pit, the ceiling is always heaven. Peace be with you. The archive is closed, but the witness is always with you.